you half to death, and you've been looking for the answers in the pages of a book that you haven't read since we were both kids and we were innocent.
Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of LT Outdoors. Today, again, we're out in the woods. We're going to do some mushroom hunting. Fall's the best time, so we got to get it while the getting's good, because I'll tell you what, it's a long wait again till next fall when a lot of these mushrooms really go crazy, especially chanterelles. I mean, this is the best time of year for me to get them up here in Michigan. So yeah, just got out of the truck's like right there, and I started walking down the 2-track, and I'll show you here. I didn't make it very far. I kind of assumed I wouldn't. That's what I love. I mean, this time of year, the things are just going nuts. So, yep, walk down the 2-track just a few steps, and what do we got here? There's a whole bunch of really nice chanterelles. I can see them hiding all over, popping out of the grass. And it looks like they go most of the length of this. So, yeah, chanterelle season is definitely among us here in northern Michigan, and I'm going to be going along and picking hopefully a whole nice pile of them, because they sure are great with a good steak. So stay tuned, guys. We'll see what we end up with. Yeah, these chanterelles are just poking out all over the place. And these are good big ones too. It's hard to find them but that's a perfect size. You can see the nice wavy edges it has underneath. Telltale sign right there of a chanterelle, but these are beautiful ones. Yeah, these are the good eaters. So yeah, I mean, they're just all over. You see a nice little one down there. That's the size I'm kind of used to picking, which there ain't nothing wrong with that. They all fry up nicely. You see there's another big one here. Not as big as the first couple, but definitely another good one. Some hiding in the grass here. That's another big one. I really hate pulling the roots, but it's hard to record and pick mushrooms. Yeah, these sure are pretty though. And it's really hard to not do well. I mean, they are just, the chanterelles, when they start popping, boy, they pop like crazy. Yeah, they are just all along this ditch. Hoping we come across some other types today. I'm really hoping for some chicken of the woods. I know it's a little late, but I mean, they can grow all year, really. Or all warm season anyway. I've seen some friends on Facebook that's still picking them, and that just gets me excited, because chicken of the woods is probably my favorite mushroom. Yeah, we're gonna keep on moseying along though. I don't know what it is about this little high rise here, but you can see, I mean, I'm right on the 2-track. That's the amazing thing. You really, I mean, it's good too, especially with my back being bad. I don't have to go way out in the woods or way out of the way to do something like this. It's nice because, you know, I can't go very far, but, you know, I'm able to manage like this. I see right here we got a Bleeth. Not sure which type this is. I know it's not the painted Bleeth, but you can always tell the Bleeth mushrooms. It's a wide family. There's all different types, but and I am not a fan of them. I don't know. If anybody has good recipes, let me know, but they're so spongy. I mean, you can see these little pores underneath. Some of them have a webbing covering these pores, but they're just a spongy mushroom. Yeah, and I really don't like that spongy texture. I don't know, that just kind of turns me off of the mushroom. But yeah, we'll keep going along, and hopefully we come across some really exciting stuff. I told you guys last year that I had tried the painted Bleeth. That's what this is right here. And yeah, that's also an edible. That one looks so pretty, I don't dare pick it. I'm going to leave it be. Here's one that's gone bad next to it. Yeah, you can see it's got the weird pores, and it's spongy, which is just the signature thing of the Bleeth family, I guess. They're all like that. And I don't know, I'm not a fan of marshmallows, and to me that's it's like a mushroom flavored marshmallow. But yep, that is the painted Bleeth right there. Beautiful mushroom, but I didn't like the taste of it. But if you're ever in an incident where you need to eat in the woods, I mean, you could forage that. So, yep, pretty. Now don't quote me on this, but everything that I've read, see how it's got like that bird bath shape, and it usually does fill up with water, and it grows very big. I mean, that's a big mushroom. I believe that's a russula. There's a whole bunch of different russula mushrooms. It's a big family, but I don't know if you can see, but they grow quite a bit. I mean, if you find one, there's always more nearby. And that is actually the mushroom that usually the lobster mushroom takes over. And as far as I know, that is an edible mushroom, except it's very bland. I guess the flavor just isn't very good until the lobster takes over. Once the lobster takes over, it gets that seafood flavor and makes it better. But yeah, neat mushroom. Now here's an interesting thing you walk up on a lot here in northern Michigan, and that is the porcupine. It's actually a pretty big one too. You can see how the back end there contains most of the spikes. You don't have to worry, little guy. Yeah, as you can tell, they don't run all that fast. That's why, you know, they get caught by dogs so often, or coyotes. Pretty much why they have to have that armor. But yeah, thought that was cool. It's not every day a lot of you get to see the porcupines. I've actually talked to a lot of people that's never seen them in the wild, so I don't know. I always like to show them when I do get on them. And they stand their ground because they know you touch them. If you touch them, you will get those in your fingers, your boots, your hands. You know, that it's a myth. A lot of people, you know, I actually grew up believing it myself as a child, that they throw their quills. Yeah, that's a lie. They just smack you with that tail, or if you touch them. You know, you gotta give the porcupine some space. That's the whole thing. You can't touch them. I actually sat down last year next to one when I was doing the same thing. I was mushroom hunting, and I sat down next to one and I ate my lunch. Yeah, it's hard to hear. He's making a clicking noise. He's trying to tell me to move on, buddy. But yeah, very cool for those of you that's never seen a porcupine. We've got quite a few of them up here. Yeah, neat. Now this is what I was kind of hoping for. I just came down the road a little ways because I knew of another location where I could get some of the golden chanterelles. And actually, I'm pretty excited right now. I'm going to get to show you guys another favorite. I can see them, and it's crazy. I didn't know they grew back here. So yeah, you're going to see a good one here in a second. But we got golden chanterelles growing around, and wait for it. See if I can kneel down here. This is one of my favorites for pastas. We have black trumpets. There's actually, I can see, they're hard to see because they blend in on the forest floor. And we got all these random mushrooms here together, but I can see some trumpets. I don't know if you can see them, but they are growing all over. Looks like a bunch of good ones too. That's how they usually grow. Trumpets, if you find one, there's a good chance you are in a pile. They are just all over here. So yeah, we're gonna be getting a nice mess of black trumpets, golden chanterelles, and of course the cinnabars that we picked earlier. So yeah, it's gonna be a good day. Now these black trumpets are actually a very fragile mushroom. I mean, you can rip them right off. You don't need a knife exactly for these, but yeah, these are an excellent mushroom. You might have seen them on Food Network. They use black trumpets in a lot of dishes. Yep, definitely a well-known mushroom. And also the great thing about it is there's no other mushroom exactly like it, so you can't mistake these. I mean, if you see something and it looks like this in the woods, looks like a little black trumpet, well, that's exactly what it is. Black trumpet. That one's a little goofy looking, but like some of these actually look more like a trumpet. See, got a couple of them here. Look just like trumpets. Yeah, I'm pretty happy. Usually I have to drive all the way to Oscoda to get my trumpets, but yep, actually up here at one of my favorite places and just come across it. So you just never know. I mean, you walk in the woods enough, you're bound to come across all kinds of things. Yep, these kind of have a black oil in them. Not really oil, but just a substance. When you're cooking them, you'll see the black stuff come off of it. I try to cook that out of them, and then just get them nice and cooked up, and I throw them into a pasta. These things go great in pasta. I'm sure they're good in a lot of other things. It's just, so far, last year I got into a big mess of them, and the only thing I tried with them was pasta. But I did, however, dehydrate them, and because these things are so delicate, they're easy to slice in half. They're not very thick, and they dehydrate really well. Like these things, it don't take them long at all in the dehydrator, and they crisp up nice, and then you can keep them for a long time. But yeah, as you can see, I mean, once you get into a nice mess of them, once you find a few, you'll just be loading up. I bet you if I continue to wander through this little area, I could probably find a lot more. But sadly, I don't have a whole lot of time today, and my back's starting to hurt. So I can't really play much, but I'm just happy that I got out. That's kind of the name of the game. Doctor wanted me to walk. No bending, but I've learned to kneel. I'm getting pretty good at kneeling rather than bending down. Yeah, and it works, especially for picking these mushrooms. Don't really need to bend. I can just kneel, keep my back straight, and I'm good. And it's actually kind of nice. It's a little bit of a break when I see some mushrooms, because I'm able to stop and get on the ground. You know, I'm not always on my feet, so yep, it's pretty good exercise. But yeah, the black trumpet, it's an excellent mushroom. These are kind of old and flimsy. I'm going to leave that part. I just want the crisp stuff. And another thing too, they're clean. You don't ever find dirt on these trumpets. Might be a couple specks of leaf or something, but they're nothing like the lobster mushrooms or anything. I mean, they're just a nice clean mushroom. It takes a lot to add up for, you know, weight-wise, but it don't take many of these. They've got such a great flavor. They really add a nice flavor to any dish that you throw them into. So yeah, I'm definitely happy. I was hoping to do a trumpet episode, so to have them pop up when I'm out for chanterelles is just a total bonus. I mean, there's so many different types of mushrooms right now out. I wish I knew more than I do. I'm just going to keep learning as the years go by. But there are just, everywhere I look, I see mushrooms. Like on that stump right there, there's some little mushrooms of some kind growing. Not quite sure. Somebody's got like a toilet system set up there, deer season or something. State land, you come across all kinds of junk in the woods. Yeah, but it's really remarkable how many species we get in Michigan of edible mushrooms. I mean, I haven't been out very long, and I've got a pretty good chunk in there with chanterelles, and then now these trumpets added on. So, and keep in mind too, whenever you come across a batch of mushrooms like this, remember the spot. Mark it in your phone. Do what you got to do. GPS, because they do grow back. Every year they'll grow back in the same area. As long as that root system is underground and giving them the nutrients needed, most mushrooms will just keep on coming back. So yeah, take note of the areas you find them in. I don't know if you can see what I mean, but it's just, the trumpets can be so difficult to see because they just look just like that leaf litter. Yeah, very cool. I'm glad I could show you another mushroom. I haven't been recording all of them because they just, I mean, there's so many of them, but these cinnabars, I think I mentioned it in my last episode, they'll grow right in the middle of a trail. I mean, that's all cinnabars. I can see them for a long ways. You know, there are a lot of the babies, like these ones here I'm not going to mess with right now. They're so tiny. Hopefully they'll get a little bigger. They might not, but I mean, these are about the smallest I like to go with them. because like I said, the cinnabars don't normally get very big. I've seen some big ones, but yep, usually I end up with a whole bunch of these guys. But yeah, as you can see, I mean, this is the middle of a trail that people drive down, and there are just cinnabars all down it. There's a good one there. Yeah, people drive over these things all the time. It's like they don't even know they're there. Luckily, they're driving over them and not on top of them. But yeah, get some good ones. Some of these end up being a little dirtier than I like, so I kind of leave them alone if they look too bad. Because I don't like to get these wet. They get real mushy. I'd prefer just to scrub them lightly with the toothbrush. Yep, there's some more right there. It's crazy. I've noticed though, the cinnabars, they'll go right in the middle of the trails, and then the yellow chanterelles or golden chanterelles, half the time I find them off the 2-track or right on the side of it. I don't find them so often right in the middle like I do the cinnabars. But they like the hardwoods too. That's another thing. That first area we were at, I noticed we were getting too far into, you know, your pine trees and that. And I don't find very many around there. You got to have the hardwood stumps and whatnot. Sure is beautiful back here though. Lots of coral mushrooms. Little coral mushrooms growing right alongside here. Hard to even see them down in that grass. Not very big though. Yep, we got coral. I just happened to, when I was kneeling down there, I seen there was another nice cinnabar up here on this little ridge. It's a good one right there. Just walked past another one. This one right here. And I thought I seen another one too. Oh yeah, it's down here a little more. Another big one. Yeah, they stick out like a sore thumb though. I mean, it's not hard to find the cinnabars, that's for sure. And they sure are good eating. They go good on a lot of different meals. Yeah, last year I took Ruby back here. We were just putzing around. I was letting her run through the woods. She come across a bunch of bear sign, and that kind of worried me. That was the last time I took her here, because she got right on that bear sign and wanted to run it. And I love my dog. I don't want her getting on a bear or nothing. I don't know if she'd be enough to chase it up a tree or not. I don't want to risk it. Oh, look at that. Not sure about these. Look like little puffballs of some kind. Yep. Little puffballs. They call them puffballs because you can actually puff the stuff right out of them. Those are the pores of the puffball. Spreading the pores helps more grow. It's kind of neat how that works. I actually learned that when I was a kid. I'll just keep on wandering. Can't go too much further, but I'm hoping to come across a big mess of goldens, because I sure did last year. Legs starting to want to go out on me. Looks like a woodpecker feather. Yep, downy woodpecker probably got nabbed by a hawk or something. Whole pile of cinnabars coming up again. Yeah, last year this was my very best place for goldens. I came across whole piles of them. Of course, I think I walked a little further, probably more than I can handle today. Little at a time though. The more I walk, the stronger I'll become again. Got to build myself back up, I think. Cinnabars. I'm just off the beaten path here a little. I seen a whole bunch of cinnabars and a nice golden, it looks like. Which usually where you find one golden, there's usually some more. So I'm hoping maybe we're going to get into some here. But for now, I mean, these are beautiful. Nice cinnabars. There's a golden there. The goldens usually stick out really good too because that bright yellow out in the woods. Of course, right now, with it being fall, we're getting quite a few yellow leaves on the ground. Yep, beautiful. I just love the intense sweet smell of these too. They're just an all-around attractive mushroom. It crumbled apart, but I still eat it. Yeah, I only see that one golden so far. A lot of Bleeths, man. Those things are growing all over the place. Oh yeah, that's one thing I love about the goldens is they're so much thicker. They're a meatier mushroom. I mean, I love the cinnabars, but you get a lot more meat out of these golden ones. Kind of that neat colored one growing there next to these cinnabars. Sun's starting to get hidden behind the clouds. It always makes it difficult. All it takes is the slightest color change out here in the woods to really mess you up. I mean, everything looks different. See a mushroom right there. I think it's a Bleeth. Oh, I see a bunch of Chanterelles over here. Look like more cinnabars. Yep, more here. Some oddball mushrooms there. That might be. We'll take a look at that. Nope. I was hoping that was a late fall oyster, but just another shelf mushroom. That one's dried up, probably an old one. Trying to keep my eyes peeled for goldens. All kinds of pretty mushrooms though. Seems like everywhere I turn there's another type of mushroom. There's a big one. Couple good ones there. Cool. Yeah, getting a real good pile today. All right, let's head on out, see what we find on the way back. Well, here's another couple that we can add to the pile today. I don't know if you guys remember what these are from the last video, but these are lobster mushrooms. They smell like seafood, taste like seafood. Yep, these are a good mushroom here. Dirty though, that's the hardest part. I usually slice them up into chunks and get all that, try and rinse all that dirt out of there best I can. It's a good mushroom though. Hopefully we find some more on the way back. I always like finding these. Hey everyone, I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. I'm glad that I was able to show you guys a couple different newer mushrooms, like the black trumpet and some of the Bleeths and that. It was definitely an eventful day. It's short time. It's only been about an hour. But yeah, that porcupine, I mean, it was just a good time out there. So anyways, I hope I'm able to teach you guys something. I hope I'm able to get you guys to go outdoors and search for mushrooms. Everybody have a safe and eventful fall, and keep on watching. LT Outdoors has lots to come. Thanks.
big boat that took you away in the spring. While the heroes broke earth and the frost still nipped at our